I wanted to go back to Luke a second. Right before it says, the scriptures say, that was about 8 days after these sayings. I wanted to bring up the sayings. It was actually 23 through 27, where Jesus says, "If any man would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it. Whoever loses his life for my sake, he will save it. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses or forfeits himself? For whoever is ashamed of me and my words, of him will the Son of Man also be ashamed when he comes in his glory, and the glory of the Father and the holy angels. But I tell you truly, there are those who are some standing here who will not taste death before they see the kingdom of God." Now that scripture there, actually many at the time, and then after his ascension, thought that they would be seeing the second coming. But as we have also come to know in these words, that due to one's faith, they can see the truth of God. It doesn't mean at that point of when they transcend to heaven, but in their real revelation, become aware of the true deity that is Jesus Christ. Now, in Exodus, what we read here this morning, and also from 2 Corinthians, with commentary that relates back to the reading of Exodus, there is a symbolism of how, in many ways, our worldly lives, are veiled. Veiled from us being able to truly observe the whole truth or nature that is our Creator, that is our Lord. And in many ways, this is very true. We perceive the reality of God, but we have a difficulty truly to be the focus of what we are perceiving. Now, down at Greensburg, when you come into the main parking area and you look forward, there's the library, and on the library, on the side of the library, there's a very tall stained glass window, which represents, it's actually the Greek allegory of a cave. And basically, what this story in stained glass, this installation suggests, is if a person is chained within a cave, is a prisoner within a cave, and can only perceive of the outside world, one is beyond what he can see from the light that enters in. From those constraints, he only sees the shadows of what is out there. And that reflection that he sees upon the wall that shines in from the outside world, that is what he perceives is the world as it is. But upon his release, upon that person's release, and when they come to see the true light, they can be very different, the world that he perceives, than what he thought he was witnessing from just the reflections upon the wall. So the real world and the true light, even though he thinks he has an understanding, can be much different. But I feel there's a parallel here. I feel there's a parallel between this allegory of the cave and this concept of the veil when it comes to the truths of God. And like one who has been liberated from his prison cave, for those of us who strive to live, to seek that true light and the truth of Jesus Christ, once that veil of our earthly uncertainty is removed and the truth revealed, our perception can be a revelation well beyond the precepts of that this world employs in definition. And I put here in parentheses, for many that would be a good definition of being born again. Having the reality of the truth. We see it, we've heard it, but all of a sudden we're fully engaged in it. And the veil is lifted, and we can see that light of truth of the awesome nature which is of Christ. The truth of faith is much broader than then we have seen it because our vision has been clouded and veiled. Even in our greatest imagination, truth can humble the mightiest of our precepts of strength or knowledge. Now, the absolute nature of truth, it also, though, can be difficult to digest. We think we know what is out there, and we can be set on our ear to when it actually comes to the reality of what really is, especially with a world that's more intended on clouding, muddling, or arguing away the absolute nature of truth. It's one of those things you hear, what is truth? You've heard that argument many times. But there is absolute truth when it comes to that which created us, and it's given us an example through that which came to us in Jesus Christ. So there is a nature of absolute truth, and there is light in it. And that truth is Jesus Christ. God did not come to us in the shadows or murky image. He came to us in living form. Yes, in our form, so we can better understand, because we can't quite appreciate or comprehend everything that is of our Lord. And yet he also does this to exemplify that even in this body, which is a bit imperfect, as we know, we can act and embrace that with that which is the truth and the love, which is the core of our creation and our God. Now, with Christ's transfiguration, we see here now that there is a pure form that has come to focus that we see in Jesus. And also for those first disciples, Peter, James, and John, the groundwork was ready for what would become his passion, take place in the sacrifice that would grant salvation to all who would come to believe in him. And I think the best part of all this is, even though we still struggle, even though, yes, there is a veil upon us, but we cannot comprehend all of it, if we are striving to understand the vastness and omniscience that is God in Christ, even though there may be still chains that constrict us in our worldly confusion, sometimes entangles us, through grace, salvation is still sure, as long as we are striving to comprehend, even when challenged by the dogma and the shadows that inhibit us by this world to our understanding of what is sin. The epiphany of truth can be so astounding. Like with Peter and James and John, this was a white light experience, a mountaintop experience. We've heard that many times. This revelation. And that place makes us, when we're there, maybe we want to stop, we don't want to leave from that place. Like they wanted to do, they wanted to build a shrine, they didn't want to lose that individual moment due to the awesome event that they had just witnessed. But given the chance to truly see, our Lord doesn't just want us to stand there and marvel. We're to do something with it. We are to continue forward and onward with the truth, with being we are unveiled so we can recognize the truth. So all may know the joy and the revelation that we have received. For it is not just for us that Christ has revealed himself. It's not just for our individual salvation, but it's for the enlightenment of the world that is given the hope to all the world of that which is the truth and the life. And the promise of an even greater and magnificent tomorrow. We know that comes through his grace. It comes through his salvation.